Tonight's Your Vote 2014 report, we have a major update on a race that's been undecided for weeks now. State Senator Jim Tracy announced today he is conceding the 4th Congressional District Republican primary race. Less than 40 votes separated Tracy from incumbent Congressman Scott DesJarlais. Fox 17's Sky Arnold live tonight at the state capitol with what this close call means for the general election. Sky?
Well, Stacey, Tracy says the bottom line, he did identify some voting issues, but he feels that it's just not worth it to put the Secretary of State's office here along with county election offices through the various problems that no doubt would have arisen had he continued to fight for this race. Bottom line, his decision sends Scott DesJarlais to the general election despite a past history, a controversial history that continues to follow him.
I'm here today to announce my candidacy.
When Jim Tracy announced he was challenging Congressman Scott DesJarlais last year, he didn't shy away from his opponent's personal history.
Scott DesJarlais has betrayed and deceived his constituents.
Tracy was addressing reports Dr. DesJarlais had sexual relationships with patients and extramarital affairs, and even asked a former girlfriend to have an abortion.
The pro-life supporter had an affair with a patient a decade ago.
The congressman survived similar criticisms in his 2012 race, and now with Tracy's concession, DesJarlais has survived once again, winning the Republican primary by just 38 votes.
It's a district which has a pretty heavily Republican lead.
We asked Vanderbilt political science professor Bruce Oppenheimer if the close race is a sign DesJarlais might be in for a tough general election.
But it's hard to think that Tracy supporters who voted in that Republican primary are going to suddenly vote for a Democratic candidate. And I just don't see that happening in large numbers.
Oppenheimer says DesJarlais' district, with its large size and Republican lean, is especially tough for a Democratic challenger. But the Democrat on the ballot doesn't see it that way.
About a third of our district are moderate independent voters.
Retired CPA Linda Sherrill is now reaching out to those independent voters with a message that's not focusing on DesJarlais' past, but rather on his constituents' present.
Our families in this district are working more than ever and have less to show for it.
Now, Congressman DesJarlais was not available for an interview tonight, but his office did release a statement concerning his primary victory. It thanks voters for putting their faith in DesJarlais and promises not to take that trust for granted. We're live at State Capitol. Sky Arnold, Fox 17 News.